tayo dito sa Kababayan Today bilang isang ina po ng mga bata na lumalaki dito sa Amerika who are half American, half Filipino. I want to know their experience is very different from mine, di ba? Because I'm a first generation dito. But how do they construct sort of, you know, what it means to be American pag biracial sila? This is a topic that, you know, a lot of books have been written about. I mentioned there's this book, Mexipino, and it also depends on where you grew up, diba? So let's talk about this very broad topic. How do the mixed races sort of identify with being Filipino here in America? Shall we start?
Teaching from women's studies, I think a big factor is the mother. Because the mothers are traditionally who carry culture, right? In terms of domestic, buying the clothes, cooking of the food. So building, what party are we going to go to?
Yes, the mom decides.
Right, the mother mommy decides.
Mommy
right?
decides.
So, you know, when you think about that experience of HAPA, multiracial children, it's really important to distinguish, you know, the mother, who's the mother, right? And also, what are the cultural values of the family?
That's right.
Right? I mean, some families never talk about their ethnicity. Right? I mean, that's all we talk about in our house, but other households, it's not so important. So it's really about the family culture, and the center of family culture is the mother.
That's right.
Mommies unite.
Yes, you know, but that's also a challenge to other moms out there,
right.
To sort of take on that role and decide for your family how you want them to understand what that means.
Well, mothers and fathers, right? I mean, it's just, that's the way it is traditionally. It doesn't have to be. I mean, if a father is of another culture and he wants to expose it, well, put him in the car. Right? Make a dish that your mother made. But we leave it to the mothers. And so when we think about the experience of multiracial children, you have to ask, how were you raised? What were your family values?
Right. Yes. JP?
I couldn't agree more. I would also add thinking about just geography in terms of if there is, you know, thinking about Los Angeles, we're incredibly blessed to have so many Filipino-American cultural organizations, social service organizations, and to be able to have that, to say, well, you know, I'm second generation, I might not know that much, but I still want my children to know it. I can turn to those, and we can look at other communities like Japanese Americans, which are one of the highest rates of out marriage, but there still continue to be thriving Japanese American community centers where children who you would say are 1/8 Japanese American are still learning Japanese, still learning dances and things like that.
Yes, interesting. I know that your son Daniel participated in SPCN, and now you have a very, very little one that you intend to bring along to all these events, you know. Nawawala yung dugong Pilipino, pero hindi ibig sabihin nun na kailangan mawala yung kulturang Pilipino. As a grandmother, how are you sort of envisioning this young, burgeoning child and exposing them to the Filipino culture?
Well, her mother, my daughter, has made it clear she will learn Tagalog. And Mom, you are gonna teach her. So ako na yung Tagalog teacher. Okay. Sa tuwing nagbe-babysit ako, pinakikinggan ako ng anak ko. Oh, you're speaking to her in English. You should speak to her in Tagalog.
Oh,
okay.
di ba?
Tagalog. Yung apo ko is 1/2 Mexican, a quarter Filipino, and a quarter white. So marami na siyang, hindi hapa talaga. Hapa this, hapa that. But maski ano man ang mangyari sa bahay, no matter how much we try to teach them about all the different cultures that they belong, they know that. Pero outside, the minute they go outside, how society perceives them is something else. My son, Daniel, is often mistaken for Bombay. Bombay. My oldest son, Andre, they think he's Korean. And then Sarah, my youngest, is always mistaken for Mexican. Sometimes someone will talk to her in Spanish, and if she responds in Spanish with her American English accent, they make fun of her and says, that's a problem with our young ones. You guys don't know how to speak English with the right accent. She'll say, I'm not Mexican, I'm sorry.
So it's
ganon.
assuming you are one thing when you should never assume, di ba? You're also now a grandfather. Congratulations, di ba? Oh, so paano? Anong plano ninyo dito sa itong maliit na batang to?
Kaya nasabi niya, okay, para sa akin, and I think what we should all come around with, because I still see that the community here does not appreciate it, is language. We really need to anchor our community around a language of sorts, no? So yung ginagawa ni Carol na kinakausap.
Ang problema, napakadami nating dialect. Paano na? Diba? Bisaya, Ilocano, Tagalog, paano?
Kahit na magsimula lang tayo sa English, sa Tagalog man lang.
Oo. So we
Tagalog
need to make it an effort. Guilty ako dyan kasi ako may mga anak. Minsan mas madali talagang do this, do that, you know, but we have to make the effort.
Yeah, because language is the bearer of culture also.
That's right.
Kaya napakahalaga
Okay.
yun.
All right, so we're wrapping up this show, and when we return, our last thoughts from our panelists here on Kababayan Today.